Viking!
Alright, Gary Vikings, good morning. It's your 64th episode. Today is Thursday, May 4th, 2023. Today's episode, we're going to go over Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Spotlight on Chinese classroom. There's a karaoke challenge. The field trip to the Cheech and Riverside Art Museum with Cafecito con Libros and Kevin, and your announcements. So here we go. Friends, it is Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Wait, what did I say? Oh, okay. Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Y'all got that? Okay. Let's rewind and explain why each name is important. Asian American is important because the term itself had political backings. Asians are not all Chinese. There's many different countries, many different dialects. So having that political power where people can work together was actually a big push, much like we use the word Black American or African American at the time, or Latin American in order to get services needed. Native Hawaiian is important because in this case, the land was taken and colonized. We kicked out an entire monarchy and system in order for it to be America. Understanding sovereign land rights are important. And we include Pacific Islanders because every single island has a different culture, different view, different ways that they're expressed. And so making sure that we understand the diversity and the richness of what Asians are, we need to make sure that we're acknowledging Pacific Islanders as well. Now, why May? Well, let me tell you. May initially, May 7th, 1843, is celebrated because it's the day that the first Japanese immigrant showed up to America. I mean, allegedly, we can't prove it. At 16, Mr. Manjiro Nakahama was the first Japanese U.S. resident. He was a fisherman and actually was rescued by Captain William Whitfield and actually was educated in America. Pretty cool. Now, May 10th, 1869 is very significant. The first Chinese laborers came over to America and were working as laborers to help build our railroad connecting the East Coast to, the Midwest Coast, but creating the infrastructure needed to help make sure that the West Coast was used. A huge part of what we know today and building America were thanks to the Chinese laborers that came over. Now, here's the thing. Why the word Asian? Now, Asian is such a broad term, and there's over 50 different ethnic groups, 100 different languages. So why do we use the word Asian? Now, here's the thing. Asia is a huge area with many different people. But when we think of the word Asian, we think of people like this. But what if I told you that technically she is also Asian? Okay, let's get into it. There's 5 different regions of Asia that we need to talk about. 5 separate Asian regions. Now, East Asia is what we think of most often when we think of Asian. We've got China, Hong Kong, Japan, Macau, Mongolia, North Korea, South Korea, Taiwan. So when we think of people and the representation we see, that's who we think of. South Asia is Indian, Pakistan, Afghani, Nepal, Sri Lanka. Technically, the youngest Jonas is Indian. Now, Southeast Asian is the second term that we kind of think of when a lot of our population here. Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei, Cambodian. Last, we have Central Asian countries as well as Northern Asian. Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Pakistan, and yes, even Armenian. That specifically would make Kim Kardashian Asian, even though I'm pretty sure she doesn't identify as Asian and people don't really clarify her as Asian. But here's the thing. Asian American is such a broad term, but when it comes to encompassing that many cultures, Asian cultures, there's no way that they are Americans if they're in America, and we celebrate these origin countries and the journey and the struggles that are so unique, and we recognize that Asian American, while such a small term, represents a large and proud group. So let's say it again. Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander, Heritage Month. We celebrate you, and that's all for now. Almost. Shout out to our very own AANHPIHM Viking Connect staff. We love you. Thanks for all that you do. All right, Ms. Shaw, tell us what's happening in your classroom.
So all students has to pick a song like originally in Chinese, and then they need to sing that together. They will getting to know the lyrics, what's the meaning, how to pronounce, and then they will record everything into a very creative video. Also can put what they have learned from the Chinese class into the song. So we all love the project, and hopefully you guys like our video as well.
Super Idol 的笑容都没你这千百笑容更有wow都没你要为爱百灵我独对你滴滴情长的长流水
夜我飘飘北风萧兮吹里一别走飘既有还有的暴风雪说只为一别走飘早上好，就问这下我有冰淇淋，我称你冰淇淋，这是我是你冰淇淋。
Yes, okay. Yes, okay. Yes, okay. 只是一个秘密，也做好决定。Tonight, tonight, tonight, tonight， 勇气就会定，你该懂星星。Alright, alright, alright, alright， 不管多远的距离，越努力就得靠近。Mama dream, mama dream， 嘿，请穿越你的相遇，种下我们的约定。Mama dream, mama dream。嘿，你的目光为了想要，小小的我勇得去闯，用最大的模样，去最美的地方，要走进你的心里呀，约定吧一起绽放。多远的可以到达，和我一起追吧。和我一起吧。和我一起吧。
Yes. All right. Well, on to our field trip recap with Kevin.
Yeah. Walking. So for today's Kevin Goes Somewhere Anywhere, I don't know. I went to the Cheek Museum. Hold on, give me a minute.
Cheech.
Anyways, so the Cheek Museum was created by Cheech Martin, who came out in a comedy duo back in the 1980s and 70s called Cheech and Chong.
Isn't it on there on the license, man? Yeah, that's it. Pedro de Pacas, man. That's my name.
Just wait here a minute, huh?
Hey, hurry back. I missed you already, darling.
Alright, yeah, questionable material, but basically about these two Chicano dudes going around and just causing trouble. But yeah, he was the founder of this museum, and he really did it just to give representation and a voice to Chicano art and the culture of Chicano people. I want to give a big thank you to the Cafecito con Libros club. If it wasn't for this club, I would not be able to give you guys this type of experience, and maybe if you join next year, you can also have an experience like this. Alright, but when you come into the museum for the first time, you're going to be greeted by this amazingly large mural. Very detailed, it stands out. But yeah, around the surrounding areas, there's going to be a lot of murals and paintings to look around. Not only limited to paintings, there's also sculptures that you can take a look at. And each one of these have a little poster next to them that has a description of them, who drew them, who painted them, who sculpted them, and what their meaning could be. And it's always up to you to make an interpretation as to what the painting can mean to you or what it represents. All right, but this museum does have a second floor, and I do believe that it's where it shines the greatest because it is. Just look at this room. Also, there was some kind of sand on the floor. It was it made us feel like way more surreal and way more cool. Yeah, but I do believe the second floor of the museum was better than the first floor, just because it had more diverse art and very interesting to look at, and it was a more interesting experience to explore. All right, and we also have the opportunity to get an exclusive interview with this guy. Was a architecture that worked on the building and was kind of like sort of a tour guide for us and gave us exclusive insight into the museum itself. All right, and here today I am with
Jaime Macias, landscape architect.
And Jaime Macias, can you tell us a little bit about what you did here at the Museum of Chicano?
Sure. So I was part of a design group that did a retrofit at the previously library that now is a Chicano art museum, the Cheech Chicano Art Museum. And so my part was small. I was did a retrofit on the planter areas and landscape, so I had to pick plant material for those areas.
And then can you tell some? So now we went through the museum, we checked it out, and then can you tell some of your favorite paintings or murals or anything that you like that stood out to you?
Yeah. So this piece behind me is one of my favorites. Really modern and very artistic. The other one that was the one with the charro and the lady, the Day of the Dead one. I thought that was really beautiful. I hope you took a
And what's the biggest takeaway you can take from this museum?
Well, I think the biggest takeaway is that we need more spaces like this for Chicanos to express themselves in an artistic manner. This is a great platform for our culture, and this is something that everybody should be proud of. That has occurred. It's pretty recent development. So those are the type of plant that I picked. I like using those, but in particular these ones because symbolically they kind of represent a little bit of the feathered serpent because of Quaddle. I thought it was appropriate because it's encapsulating the whole building.
It is. It looks
even
nice.
Though that this is separate, because this building is new and this is a new project, it has to do with Chicano art. And my representation of Chicano art through plants would be through this as a representation of this Quaddle.
Ah, that's good. All right, but after leaving the Cheech Museum, we made our way down to the next site, which is the Riverside Art Center. Here you can find a more conventional feeling museum, I would say, with a gift shop at the bottom, and then having an interesting layout of having 2 floors. Almost felt like a house, and it did have a very Spain feeling to it. I felt like I was in a different type of country, but yeah, it had 2 floors, both plastered with murals and paintings all over the walls, and it was definitely more of an interesting experience as well.
And then we went to the spaghetti factory. Si, me soa. It was good food.
Alright, that was bad. Anyways, but yeah, no, then we went to the spaghetti factory, which is an amazing experience. I looked at the menu and overloaded with like a bunch of options, but I ended up getting the spaghetti because I'm pretty plain, and Caesar salad, which was both really good. But let me touch on the dessert and the bread. So the bread was really nice. I enjoyed it. I love bread, and this bread with the butter. I know it's getting like really oddly specific, but it was good. And then the ice cream too was like as a dessert that you also got. Also, by the way, this was all paid for, just letting you guys know that. So don't have to stress about that. But yeah, the ice cream there was really good, man. There was one that was like ice cream, chocolate, and macchiato mixed together, and it was like I'm not sure if those were the ingredients, but it was so good, man. And then I got plain ice vanilla because I'm plain like that. But damn, I wish I really got that one. Anyways, but yeah, no, so this trip was really amazing, and if you want to have an experience like this, please consider joining the Cafecito con Libros club. They made this all possible, and I didn't have to spend a single dime. So yeah, big shout out to them, and then that's about it for the video. Take care, guys. Or I don't know, bye.
And now for your announcements.
Hi, I'm Stacy and I'm going to Citrus. I'm Sulema and I'm going to UC Montana. Hi, my name's Mercival and I'm going to Cerritos College.
My name is Priscilla Ryan and I'm going to UC San Diego. I'm going to Laverne.
UCLA. I'm going to Northridge.
Which one? You Penn? You go to Pennsylvania? Get it, girl. Yes, and we're here for that. Gary High School is actually going to be having College Decision Night. Seniors, I can't believe that we're in the countdown. It's a celebration of our seniors, their accomplishments, where they're going, but you do need to fill out the form. The form is tinyurl.com/Gary Decision Night. You need to have that by tomorrow so that we know what's going on. So next Thursday, May 11th, we're going to have the decision night, 6:30 at the district auditorium. The doors do open at 6 o'clock. At the event, the seniors are going to announce which college, school, university, military branch they will attend in the fall, and there's room for you plus 4 guests for the events. Let's all celebrate these accomplishments. Make sure you fill out the Google form, once again, tinyurl.com/Gary Decision Night, so we can make sure that we have enough for you guys. But can't wait to see you out there. Want to hear as much as we can, because we want you to live that legacy, and now is your time, class of 2023. While our seniors are leaving and living that legacy, we have the opportunity to make next year even greater. Join ASB. That's right. Join today. No experience needed. There is an informational prospective member meeting May 10th in the cafeteria. May 10th in the cafeteria after school. If students are interested in making a difference, planning school activities, promoting inclusive campuses, and, just come to sign up. Space is limited though, so once again, we'll see you then, May 10th in the cafeteria, ASB. Woo woo. And as a reminder, this week and next week are Bring Your Own Books Back to School. If you want to bring a big stack of books and wait throughout the day, you can do that for your English classes. Those are what the rotations are for the last 2 weeks. However, you are also able to bring those books before school. Libraries open from 7:30 to 4 o'clock. Important, everybody's account in the district, all current textbooks checked out for this year, and materials will be turned into fines. If you see a fine in your account, all of a sudden you have $635, it's because all your current textbooks, the cost of those, are now turning into fines. Just to make sure that you know when you returned them, it will come off of your account, unless clearly there's damage. Unless you lost the book, then you owe us the cost of that book. Very important, we are receiving new English textbooks. We are adopting new materials. That's important because these English books, your English 1, 2, 3, 4, your Holt books, they have to be returned at the end of this school year before the next school year. We cannot accept these textbooks after or at the start of the next school year. They are out of adopted materials. We cannot accept them. Make sure you return these books this year. Very high importance, trying to save you money, but just handle your business so we can handle ours. We'll see you at the library, Vikings.